Hi, and welcome back. We're in chapter 7 here, and Thy Will Be Done from the book Your Faith is Your Fortune by Neville Goddard. It's quite a short chapter, so we'll get started. And again, what happens on the channel is that I study every day. I improve myself every day. I'm growing every day. And by studying and taking a chapter from a book every day and really breaking it down with my perspective, it helps me grow, and if it helps anyone else grow as well with me, then great. Hit subscribe, and I'm always welcome to comments and what other people think of the content that we're reading. So let's get started. Not my will, but thine be done. Luke 22:42. Not my will, but thine be done. Not my will, but thine be done. This resignation is not one of blind realization that I can of myself do nothing. The Father within me, he doeth the work. When man wills, he attempts to make something which does not exist appear in time and space. Too often, we are not aware of that which we are really doing. We consciously create state that we do not possess the capacities to express. Repeated our desire upon the hope of acquiring the necessary capacities in future time. I am not, but I will be. Man does not realize that consciousness is the Father, which does the work, so attempts to express that which he is not conscious of being. Such struggles are doomed to failure. Only the present expresses itself. Only the present expresses itself. Unless I am conscious of being that which I seek, I will not find it. So what is Neville saying there? Unless I am conscious of being that which I seek, I will not find it. So you have to be conscious of, he's saying you have to be conscious of the thing that you seek. Otherwise you will not find it. God, which is your awareness, is the substance and fullness of all. God's will is the recognition of that which is, not of that which will be. Listen, that's very powerful. What I'm taking from that is that a lot of the times, for me personally as well, would have looked at I'll do this when I have. I'll do this when this happens. But what Neville is saying here is God's will is the recognition of that which is, not of that which will be. Instead of seeing this saying as thy will be done, see it as thy will is done. So you're changing the be to is. You're going to be something when what Neville is saying is that you already are something. It's done. The works are finished. The Father, your awareness, your consciousness has created it already. It's already done. It's just a matter of when it appears. The principle by which all things are made visible is eternal. Eyes have not seen, nor ears heard, neither hath it entered into the hearts of men the things which God hath prepared for those who love the law. When a sculptor looks at a formless piece of marble, he sees buried within its formless mass his finished piece of art. The sculptor, instead of making his masterpiece, merely reveals it by removing that part of the marble which hides his conception. The same applies to you. In your formless awareness lies buried all that you will ever conceive yourself to be. The recognition of this truth will transform you from an unskilled laborer who tries to make it so to a great artist who recognizes it to be so. I love that line. I'm going to read that again. The recognition of this truth will transform you from an unskilled laborer who tries to make it so, to a great artist who recognizes it to be so. So instead of creating or hoping that it will be so, when it will be, make it so, rather than a great artist who recognizes it to be so. It's already done. All the sculptor is doing is he's knocking off the bit of concrete and chipping away because he knows already what's coming. Your claim that you are now that which you want to be will remove the veil of human darkness and reveal your claim perfectly. I am that. God's will was expressed in the words of the widow. It is well. Man's will would have been, it will be well. To state I shall be well is to say I am ill. God, the eternal now, is not mocked by words or vain repetition. God continually personifies that which is. So if you're continually saying something over and over, I shall be, I shall be, I shall be, you're not fooling your consciousness. You're not creating what you want. You have to live in the present. I am healthy. I am healthy. And then your conscious mind is aware of what already is, and it will appear and be created. God continually personifies that which is. God continually personifies that which is, not which might be or what is coming, but what is already. Thus the resignation of Jesus, who made himself equal with God, was turning from the recognition of lack, which the future indicates with I shall be. So we've got Neville is saying here that you're recognizing that you have a lack of something when you're saying I shall be. I shall be, meaning you don't have it already. Whether it is you have to have it already in your conscious mind and create it as already done. I shall be is not what you want to be saying, and that's what Neville is saying. To the recognition of supply by claiming I am that. It is done. Thank you, Father. I am that. So changing from I shall be to I am that. It is done. Thank you, Father. Now you will see the wisdom in the words of the prophet when he states, let the weak say I am strong. Joel 3:10. Man, in his blindness, will not heed the prophet's advice. He continues to claim himself to be weak, poor, wretched, and all other undesirable expressions from which he is, trying to free himself by ignorantly claiming that he will be free from these characteristics in the expectancy of the future. Such thoughts thwart the one law that can ever free him. There is only one door through which, this is powerful, there is only one door through which you seek can enter your world. I am the door. When you say I am, you are declaring yourself to be first person, present tense. There is no future. It is done. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am prosperity. I am amazing. I am fantastic. I am. To know that I am is to be conscious of being. Consciousness is the only door. Unless you are conscious of being that which you seek in vain. If you judge after appearances, you will continue to be enslaved by evidence of your senses. To break this hypnotic spell of the senses, you are told, go within and shut the door. The door of the senses must be tightly shut before your new claim can be honored. Closing the door of the senses is not as difficult as it appears to be at first. It is done without effort. See, hear, smell, taste and touch. Close the door to your senses. See, hear, smell, taste and touch. It is done without effort. Close the door to your senses and see everything as done. It is impossible to serve two masters at the same time. The master serves is that which he is conscious of being. I am the Lord and master of that which I am conscious of being. It is no effort for me to conjure poverty. If I am conscious of being poor, my servant, which is poverty, is compelled to follow me, conscious of poverty, as long as I am the Lord conscious of being poor. You will continue to be poor. Instead of fighting against the evidence of the senses, you claim yourself to be that which you desire to be. As your attention is placed on this claim, the doors of the senses automatically close against your former master, that which you are conscious of being. As you become lost in the feeling of being, that which you are now claiming to be true of yourself, the doors of the senses once more open, revealing your world to be the perfect expression of that which you are conscious of being. Let us follow the example of Jesus, who realized as man he could do nothing to change his present picture of lack. He closed the door of all his senses against his problem and went to his Father, the one to whom all things are possible. Having denied the evidence of his senses, he claimed himself to be all that. A moment before, his senses told him he was not. Knowing that consciousness expresses its likeness on earth, he remained in the claimed consciousness until the doors his senses opened and confirmed the rulership of the Lord. Remember, I am is Lord of all. Never again use the will of man, which claims I will be. Be resigned as Jesus and claimed, I am that. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a fantastic, simple, short chapter. Be resigned as Jesus and claim, I am that. I welcome any comments. I welcome any subscribers to the channel if you feel value in what I'm studying, because all I'm doing is becoming more aware and improving myself every day. And if you find value in what I'm doing, then I appreciate every moment that you spend watching this video. Thank you.